In this video, I'll show you a simple way to improve shifting quality on your Ford Explorer with the 10R60 transmission. These transmissions are sensitive to fluid level, and a low fluid level can contribute to harsh or abrupt shifts. So first, we're going to check the transmission fluid and correct the level. Before doing this, make sure the transmission is at temperature by driving at low speeds for about 15 to 20 minutes. For an accurate level reading, the transmission fluid should be around 206 degrees Fahrenheit or higher. However, reaching this temperature through normal driving can be difficult, as the fluid will typically only reach around 195 degrees. To get it closer to 206 degrees, you'll need to do some additional stop-and-go driving, or drive in low gear for a while to build up more heat. Now lift the vehicle to give yourself better access to the transmission, and make sure the vehicle is sitting level to get an accurate level reading later on. Once the vehicle is safely supported, locate the transmission from the driver's side. On the side of the transmission, you'll find an aluminum plug just behind the gear linkage. This plug covers the transmission dipstick. Use a 19mm wrench to loosen the plug. Be careful here because the aluminum plug is relatively soft and can easily be rounded if the wrench doesn't fit properly. Also keep in mind that the transmission and surrounding components will be hot, so use appropriate caution while working underneath the vehicle. Once the plug is loose, remove it completely. The dipstick may come out with the plug, or it may remain inside the transmission opening. Now remove the dipstick and wipe it clean. Next, start the engine and leave the transmission in park with the parking brake applied. Make sure the garage or work area is well ventilated while the engine is running. Go back underneath the vehicle and insert the dipstick into the transmission opening. Push it in as far as it will go. The dipstick sits quite deeply inside the transmission. Hold it in place for a moment, then pull it back out and check the fluid level. The fluid level should be between the 3 and 4.5 marks. On this particular vehicle, you can see that the fluid level is clearly below where it should be, which isn't surprising since these transmissions are known to be underfilled from the factory. For this procedure, I'll aim for a level of 3.5 on the dipstick. If your fluid level also is too low, turn the engine off and add MERCON ULV transmission fluid. Using a hand pump, slowly add the fluid through the dipstick opening. As a general guide, raising the fluid level by one number on the dipstick requires approximately half a quart of fluid. For example, if the level is at 4 and you want to bring it up to 3, you'll need roughly half a quart. After adding fluid, start the engine again and, while firmly holding the brake pedal, cycle the transmission through all of the gear selector positions. Go through neutral, reverse, drive, and low, spending about 5 seconds in each position. Then return the selector to park. With the engine still running, go back underneath the vehicle and check the fluid level again using the dipstick. If the level is still too low, turn the car off and repeat the process by adding a small amount of fluid and checking it again. Once the fluid level is within the desired range, you can turn the engine off. Now we can reinsert the dipstick back into the aluminum plug and reinstall the plug into the transmission. Don't over-tighten the plug. It's made from relatively soft aluminum, and you'll want to be able to remove it again in the future without damaging it. There's also no need to reset the transmission's adaptive learning with a scan tool after correcting the fluid level. The transmission will adapt on its own as you drive the vehicle, so simply drive normally and give it some time to adjust. Clean any spilled transmission fluid from the transmission and surrounding components with some brake cleaner. You can now lower the vehicle back onto the ground. Let's quickly go over the tools and parts you'll need for this job. You'll need a jack and jack stands, a 19mm wrench, a hand pump, some MERCON ULV transmission fluid, and some brake cleaner for cleaning up any spills. And that's it. With the fluid level corrected, you can now enjoy smoother shifting in your Ford Explorer. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and consider subscribing for more DIY maintenance and repair guides. Thanks for watching.